Hello peaches! So today I'm going to do the Q&A that I told you guys I wanted to do in my coming back video. So I'm just going to get right into the questions. So there were a few people asking me where I get clothes for James and where to get, you know, gothic and black, because in my coming back to YouTube video he had like a black outfit on, very cute. So I decided I'm going to make an entire video for that. Not just with clothes, but I'm also going to show you and tell you guys about how to, how to dress your baby as a goth queen or king, and also where to get like toys and how to make a nursery that is gothic or goth inspired. I'm going to make an entire video about that, both on the stores where you can just buy stuff that is already made, or how to make stuff yourself, or how to spice up some things that you already have yourself so it becomes more gothic. So yeah, look out for that video. It will be up probably after this because I'm going to film it. I already have it planned and everything. So yeah, in that video I'm going to answer where to get the clothes and how to do it and everything like that. Are you gonna raise your child with Satanism and witchcraft? Yes, I'm going to do that. Another person also asked like, are you going to do it and how are you going to introduce him to it? We're just gonna live our lives like we usually do, me and my husband. And then, you know, he will just be raised into it, just like other religions do. You know, they don't go out of their way. Well, I guess Christianity goes a little bit out of the way to teach children about Christianity, but we're just going to live our lives. And then when he's old enough to understand that people live different lifestyles and different religions, I'm going to tell him about what our kind of lifestyle is called and what it's all about. So I'm not going to like do it the same way that Christians do, I guess, where they, you know, read the children's Bible to them and stuff like that. I'm just going to live my life until he asks, and then I will tell him that it's called Satanism and all that kind of stuff. Any new tattoos or piercings since you've been gone? No, because when you're pregnant you can't get tattooed or pierced, and it's only a little more than a month ago that I gave birth, so I haven't had the time to get any new ones since then. I'm very soon going to get one. I'm so excited. So I'm going to obviously show you, probably here on YouTube, but definitely on Instagram. So if you want to see my tattoo when I get it, you can follow me on Instagram. But I haven't gotten any since I left YouTube. What will you do with Christmas now that you have a child? So I'm guessing they think like, because I hate Christmas, I don't like Christmas, I prefer to not celebrate it. I do celebrate it though. But that's only for my family, you know, that I do that because they want me to participate. I'm not going to like force him to not celebrate Christmas or force him to hate Christmas. You know, his grandmother, like my husband's mom, she is very much into Christmas. So, you know, he's going to get both sides. He's going to get my side saying it's okay to not like it, you don't have to enjoy it. But he also is going to get the side of, you know, he's going to get a person who can show him how amazing it can be to some people if you're into it. So I will let him make his own decision. I will just say, like, in this home we don't decorate, we don't listen to Christmas music. If you want to do that, it's in your own room. Like, when he gets his own room, he can decorate it however he wants. He can have a huge Santa painted on his wall if he wants to do that. I don't care. But, you know, outside of his room, in the rest of the house, we don't do any Christmas stuff. And that's just with everything in general. Like, I'm not going to, also with Satanism, I'm not going to force it on him. I'm just going to tell him that that is how we like to do it. And if he wants to become a Christian, if he wants to become a Muslim, if he wants to love Christmas and celebrate it every single day, he can do that. Like, my child can do whatever he wants as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. That is the satanic way of living. So if he decides to become all those things that I personally don't like and disagree with, I will still love him and support him. I don't care. It's his life. It's not my life, so he can do what he wants. I'm not going to control his life. Is your son ginger? His hair looks kind of red. It's so cute. Yeah, I think he is going to be ginger, but we're not sure yet because his hair is still so thin and there's not a lot of it. So it's hard to see. You know, in some lights it kind of looks like it, that it's kind of ginger, but it is hard to tell yet. But you're not the first one to ask. Like, my mom also noticed that it looked kind of ginger, and I also noticed it myself, and a few other people have noticed it. So he could very well be ginger. It does look like it, especially in this lighting. It looks like there's a teeny tiny bit of red in there. It wouldn't be that weird because my husband, he's not ginger. He has brown hair, but he has ginger genes. When he was a kid, he actually had ginger hair. He had red hair, but he kind of grew out of it, and now he just has brown hair. But his beard now is red. It's so weird. So yeah, he had red hair when he was a child, and now that he's an adult, he has ginger beard. So funny. And his sister, his younger sister, has the most beautiful red hair in the world. She is like really ginger. It's such a beautiful red color. So there's definitely ginger genes on that side of the family. So it makes sense if he's ginger. You know, during my pregnancy, we kept saying like either he's going to be ginger or he's going to have white hair. Because I had completely white hair when I was a child. Not just blonde, but like white. So, you know, we knew that it was going to be either one of those colors, like either ginger or white, because if he had any other color, that would be a little bit weird, I guess. But yeah, so it makes sense that he's ginger. Actually, when I gave birth, he had very little hair, obviously less than he has now, and it looked blonde. We looked at it and it was like, oh, I guess he's blonde then. We actually thought that he had my color, but now within these last few days, people and ourselves have started to notice that it looks kind of ginger actually. So yeah, looks like it's going to be ginger, but who knows, maybe it can change again. Maybe it's just the lighting. Maybe he'll be a mix. Maybe it'll be kind of like a reddish blonde color that some people have. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But you know, a part of me kind of wants him to have white hair because that's what I had, and also because then he would look like one of those children from American Horror Story season 5, which could be kind of cool. But a part of me also wants him to have ginger hair because that would just be really, really cute. Especially because if he also gets my husband freckles, my husband has freckles all over, like he's covered in freckles. It's so cute. So if he got that and the ginger hair, and both me and my husband has naturally curly hair, not like super curly, but we have a lot of curls and stuff. I had very, very curly hair when I was a child. It was like so curly. So imagine how cute it would be if he had red hair and it was all curly and he had all freckles and big blue eyes that he has. Dark gray, dark blue kind of eyes. It's a fun color that he has. Imagine that. How cute would that be? How is your son's health when he was born? It was good. Like throughout everything he's been healthy. Like the second he was conceived, right until the second that I'm talking, he has been perfectly healthy, happy, nothing wrong with him. When I was pregnant, like all throughout my pregnancy, he was as healthy as he could be. His heartbeat was good. He moved when he needed to move. When I gave birth, when I was in labor, his heartbeat was also the way it should be. It was perfect. And then now that he's born and throughout his short life, he's also been as healthy as he should be. He's been happy, healthy, perfect. So yeah, his health has always been perfect. Do you talk to James in both Danish and English? No, I only talk to him in Danish. I saw a few people ask this, and also like what language will you raise him with? And at first I was like, isn't it obvious? But I guess it's not if you only have one language that you speak. Maybe you don't know how it is to speak 2 languages, so I'll just explain it. But we live in Denmark, we are Danish. The only place I talk English is on my YouTube channel. Other than that, I talk Danish, and we do that in Denmark. Like it's not like one of those countries where sometimes you speak English and sometimes you speak the language of the country. Here in Denmark we only speak Danish, and everyone knows how to speak English. Well, almost everyone, of course. But most people know how to speak English, but it's not used in the day-to-day life. It's only if we go traveling or if we happen to bump into someone who doesn't know Danish. Otherwise we speak Danish. So he will be raised with Danish, and then he will learn English when he get it in school. I think nowadays people get English in school in 1st grade, They start pretty early. When I was in school, it was in 3rd grade, so it changes a little bit now and then. So yeah, he will learn Danish. I only speak to him in Danish. My husband only speaks to him in Danish. Everyone only speaks to him in Danish. But he will eventually learn English just like every other Danish person. So that's how it is in Denmark at least, and many other European countries at least. Like, you don't really speak English. You learn it, so you know how to do it when you're traveling and stuff like that, but you never really use it in the everyday life. And obviously online nowadays, I write in English and I read a lot of English, but I don't speak English unless I'm making YouTube videos. Obviously going to learn English because that's just what we do here, and also because of the internet nowadays. Like, you have to know how to speak English, or at least read English. But of course right now it's only Danish we speak, because that's what we speak to each other and everyone else. But I never thought about that. That was actually a good question, because it made me think, like, what do Americans and British people and Australians and all that kind of stuff, what do they think that we do in countries where we can speak both English and another language? I never thought about it. To me it was like, obviously we speak Danish because we're in Denmark, but it made me think, like, well, it's maybe not that obvious to people who don't speak 2 languages, I guess. So yeah, that was an interesting question that really got me thinking. That's kind of cool. Anyway, next question. Do you have a time frame for baby number 2? Yeah, let me check my calendar. Oh, it says never. We are 99.9999% sure that we are not going to have another child. As I said in my other video I made, I love being a mom. I was made for it. I was made to be James's mom. It just comes so natural to me. But that doesn't mean that I was made to become a mother in the sense that I was meant to have like 40 kids. So I only want 1. And it's been that way for a while now. Ever since me and my husband got together and started talking about kids and stuff. Even when I was younger, I was like, I want 2, maybe 3 kids. So I've never been the kind of person who was like, I want 5 or 6 kids, you know. I always wanted a few. And then when it came down to it and we have to start a family and all that and talk about it, I realized I only want 1. And there are several reasons for that. I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to make a video about why I hated being pregnant and why I'm never doing it again, probably. And in that I'm going to talk about the reasons why, because one of the main reasons is that pregnancy was so hard on me mentally and physically, and also for my husband mentally. And then there's also the reason that because of my mental health, I'm not sure if I would even be able to take care of more than 1 children. And I also want time with my husband, and the more children you have, the less time you have with your partner. And then there's the reason that I just don't want any more. Like, when I think about the future, when I picture our future together, I just see me and my husband and James sitting in a couch, all cuddled up under 1 blanket with a bunch of cats around us, watching a Disney movie. Like, that is the mental image I get when I picture the future. I don't see any more children in it, and I don't want any more children. But yeah, I'm going to go into so much more detail about all that in my video. I'm going to upload like not next video, but next video after that, or something like that. So yeah, no baby number 2, probably not. Never say never though, but probably not. What are the downsides, if there are any, of motherhood? I thought about this a long time when I saw this question, and I cannot think of any, and I'm 100% honest. I know it sounds crazy, but I really cannot think of any downsides. I'm so happy. And of course, poop is not fun, spit up is not fun, only getting 3 hours of sleep is not fun, but it's not like a downside to it. It's part of it. A part of me kind of likes it. A part of me likes changing his really nasty diapers. A part of me likes waking up to feed him every 3 hours. Like, a part of me loves it when he's crying. I don't know why, but I guess it's just because I love being a mother so much that I also love and enjoy what other people might consider downsides. I don't consider them downsides because without them it wouldn't be motherhood, you know, and if that makes sense. Of course there are things that are less fun, but I wouldn't consider them downside. It's just all good. I love every part of it. Maybe there will come some in the future when he gets older, who knows. Probably in the teenage years there will be a lot of downsides. I hate teenagers, so we'll see how that goes. How is your kinky life going? It's been on pause. I made a video on how to do BDSM when you're pregnant, and I was going to follow those rules myself, but I did not know that my pregnancy would be that bad. Again, I'll get into details about how bad my pregnancy was and why it was so bad in a future video very soon. But basically, I was so physically and mentally uncomfortable that I could not do kinky stuff. We did have sex because it wasn't like I wasn't like that closed off to all those kind of things, but kinky stuff, I did not have the energy to it, and my body was so uncomfortable I could not. Yeah, I wasn't in the mood for it. So that's kind of sad. But hopefully now that I've given birth, we will soon get into that again once my body's done healing after the birth, of course. Because I really miss it, like I really miss it, and I can feel that I need it. So yeah, we will get back into it very soon, hopefully. Any times you have felt like putting on a onesie and being a little, have the rules you and your husband stayed in place, changed, etc. Within DDLG? I haven't actually, we haven't done DDLG since I was pregnant. Again, because of the uncomfortableness, of the constant pain I was in, basically. My mental health and the state it was in when I was pregnant. So we haven't done that. I haven't been in the mood to be in a little space. Some people use little space when they are uncomfortable and when they are in pain to cope with it. But I'm the opposite. I can only do it if I have nothing else to think about, if I'm not stressed, if I'm just, yeah, at peace, I guess. And during my pregnancy, I was not mentally at peace or physically at peace. And now that I've given birth, I have another thing to think about. It's not stressful to be a mom, I think. But you know, I have something I have to think about all the time. So once I get used to that, then hopefully, maybe soon I will be able to get into little space again, but I just haven't been able to because of the mental and physical pressure I've been under. And yeah, then the rules of DDLG obviously haven't been there either, because they're only there when we do DDLG, so yeah. Hopefully soon though. I really miss that as well. Do you plan to show James these videos when he gets older? I don't know. He just woke up. He's not in the mood for sleeping right now. Anyway, I don't plan on showing them to him per se, but I also don't want to hide them from him. They're just kind of there, you know. So if he sees them one day, that's how it is. If not, then that's how it is. If I still do YouTube when he's old enough to understand what is happening, then obviously he will know. But yeah, it's just one of those things, just like with Satanism, it's just there. It's just a part of my life. I just do it. I'm not going to change the way I live just because I have a child. So I'm going to do it, and if he wants to watch all my videos, he can do that. If he's not interested, then I also totally understand, obviously. But I'm not going to like show them to him and be like, look at what I'm doing. If he shows interest, then yeah, I guess I can show him. And yeah, to that question they also added, it seems scary to put your child on the web so early in their life, but I guess it's the age we live in nowadays. Yes, I will do everything I can to keep him off the internet, for as long as possible. It's scary. I'm so scared. That's like the thing I'm most terrified of, besides the obvious, like I'm scared he will die and get really sick and stuff like that. Of the realistic things that I have to deal with someday, no matter what, I'm most scared of when he's the age where all of his friends starts going on the internet. But I can't make a plan for it now because the internet changes all the time, and it will be a few years at least until he goes on the internet, and by that time it's completely different than it is now, so I can't even plan on it. I can't even make a plan to say like how to keep him safe on the internet. So yeah, but you're totally right, I'm so terrified of the internet and my little baby. But we'll just have to see once the time comes. I don't know yet, unfortunately. Then someone just asked, how's your son doing? He's doing great. It's been a little bit fuzzy today, but you know, it's just bad days. Everyone has bad days, but in general he's just doing great. Then someone asked if I can do a day in my life with a newborn. that was a great idea. I'm going to try and see if I can do that. Every day is a little bit different, but I guess there is kind of a routine to it. So I will see if I can make that video, because that will be kind of interesting, I think, and fun to make. What baby products do you use? The cheapest I can find. I'm a cheap bitch, and I don't know how it is in other countries, but here in Denmark there are certain strict rules as to what can be in baby products and what cannot be in it. So even though I buy the cheapest, I still know that it is healthy for my child, and I know it's not dangerous. It's not gonna cause any like serious allergies or anything. So yeah, I just buy the cheapest diapers and stuff. I use diapers, obviously. We use baby wipes to wipe his butt, and we use baby lotion after he's had a bath, because he gets a little bit dry skin. And then we use baby shampoo, and when he's showering, of course. That's basically it. Like, we don't use baby powder, we don't use baby oil, we don't use all these 1,000 different things there are. We only use the basic things, because well, some children do need baby oil if they have very, very dry skin. So those kind of things I understand. But I also feel like there's just a lot of stuff out there that they made up just to sell, you know. Of course there's some things that are necessary, but a lot of it is also like, you don't really need that, or you only need it in very certain situations, only some children need it, stuff like that. So we only use the basic. Alright, so my camera just died, but that was the last question. I just finished off saying that, yeah, of course, if you need baby oil one day, then we will buy it and use it, but I feel like a lot of it is just out there because people know they can sell it to paranoid parents who's like, what is baby oil? I guess we have to buy it. And what is baby powder? I guess we need it because otherwise our child will die. But do what works for you. We just use the essentials, and we always use the cheapest. So the brand of the things kind of changes. It depends on what's cheapest at the moment. And at the store that we're in, I'm a very cheap bitch. Like, I like shopping. I love spending money on stuff, fun stuff. But when it comes to practical stuff, I don't like spending money, so that will always be the cheapest. And as I said, in Denmark I know there are certain rules, so even if I buy the cheapest, it is not going to be dangerous. It's not going to have a lot of chemicals and stuff. Of course, if there were a lot of chemicals and if there weren't all these rules in Denmark about what there can be in baby products, then I wouldn't buy the cheapest. It's only because I know that my child will still be very safe, even though I use the cheapest stuff. But anyway, that was all the questions. It was some great questions, and it's so good to be back and to talk to you guys again. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going to make, you know, the next video I'm going to upload is probably most likely going to be the Goth baby video, where I talk to you guys and show you how to make your baby a goth. And then the video after that will be probably be the pregnancy video, where I talk about why I hated being pregnant and why I'm probably never doing it again. And now he's getting fuzzy. And I also have a lot of other ideas for videos, so don't worry, it will not just be baby stuff. I have a lot of ideas that aren't baby related. Press the like button if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching!